Welcome to the British School YouTube channel for free lessons, free courses, free masterclasses for students and teachers as well. IELTS experts and IELTS examiners will support you to get your desired score, but our target is a higher band score, namely 9 band score of all IELTS components, even of all Cambridge exams levels and grades. So, British School team actually urged you subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page and Instagram account as well. So here it is, the masterclass of IELTS Writing Task 1. Today we are going to analyze, explore, discuss and make out an IELTS Writing Task 1 report. So, let's get started. For the time being, we are going to make out here the graph. But what is it? This is the line graph. You see here the statement of this graph. The graph shows the proportion of energy that was produced from coal in 4 European countries from 1995 to 2010. So actually you need to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons and contrasting where relevant. Here it is, we do have 5 countries: Sweden, France, Denmark and Germany. So first and foremost, we need to know what is the graph showing. What measurements are used? Is there a time frame? What are the main trends? How could you group the information? You need to look for any similarities between the patterns in the countries. And based on this, how many body paragraphs would you have? So here it is, what's the graph showing? Actually, what the graph showing, we already have the statement, here it is, and we need to paraphrase almost all the words there except for the graph and years as well. So we do have actually an answer on this. Why this is the best answer of IELTS Band 9? Because here it is, we do have an introduction, an overview, mix of complex sentences, appropriate language of change, mix of language of change, variety of sentence types, we do have good organization, we do have appropriate data selection, and we do have accurate grammar. We'll look at this now in more detail. Here it is an introduction. Let me read for you. The line graph compares, even you do have just the graph, we need to pinpoint the information. The line graph compares the production of energy from coal in Sweden, France, Denmark and Germany between 1995 and 2010. Actually, you can write between or during or any other words that will follow on our Facebook page, Instagram account and on our video lessons. Then it introduces the graph with all the key information, and we didn't copy from the rubric. Original, the graph shows, we wrote the line graph compares. Original, the proportion of energy that was produced from coal, we wrote the production of energy from coal. From Europe, 4 European countries, we wrote Sweden, France, Denmark and Germany, we counted. From 1995 to 2010, we paraphrased for between 1995 and 2010. You need to paraphrase accurately. When writing your graph introduction, consider about how it can change where it forms. For example, in this answer, energy produced, verb form, has been changed to production of energy. Noun form. Let's go to an overview. Overall, the percentage of energy produced from coal declined in all 4 countries over the time frame. It provides an overview of the graph that identifies the key trends taking place. So actually, I would like to mention that we could write the measures. Here it is percentages. So we could write here the units are measured in percentages. It will be very perfectly introduction even. Let's go next. Where actually wrote mix of complex sentences. There is a mix of complex sentences. Relative clause, adverbial clause. We wrote too much. Let me read for you. There was a dramatic fall in the production in Denmark and Germany. Denmark's production of energy from coal stood at 60% in 1995, higher than the other 4 countries. Here it is relative clause, higher than the other 4 countries. However, production levels dropped sharply over the next 15 years to finish at 10% in 2010s, which was the lowest of that year. Which was the lowest of that year is relative clause. General English is very important. Plain English is very imperative in Ielts, TOEFL, and the rest of Cambridge exams. And I told you, if you expand your vocabulary, if you have a range of vocabulary, you can paraphrase the words in reading, in listening, in writing, and even in speaking. It's very profitable. So, let's go next. Energy production from coal in Germany followed a similar pattern, beginning the period at just under 60% and falling significantly. Though, unlike Denmark, it fell to a low of only 5% in 2007 and then increased again to approximately 18%. Here it is, though, unlike Denmark, it fell to a low of only 5% in 2007 is adverbial clause. Let's go next. In contrast, Sweden and France saw more moderate falls over the period. Okay. 35% of energy came from coal in Sweden in 1995, and this proportion gradually declined over the period to finish at approximately 28% in 2010s. The highest of the 4 countries. This is relative clause. While the percentage produced in France remained just under that of Sweden over the 15-year period. While the percentage produced in France remained, this is adverbial clause. Let's go to appropriate language of change. The graph uses the appropriate language of change. But the graph doesn't only describe the change, it also compares the information. So, language of change, here it is. Declined, dramatic fall. You see? Stood at, you got this information properly. Then dropped sharply. This is language of change. falling significantly, fell to a low of, increased, moderate falls, and gradually declined. This is language of change. What is it about the compare information? Let's go to compare information. Higher than the other 4 countries. However, which was the lowest of that year? Similar pattern, though unlike. In contrast, then the highest of the 4 countries. While, so here it is the information about comparison. Let's go to mix of language change. So declined, dramatic fall, stood at, dropped sharply, fallen significantly, fell to a low of, increased, moderate falls, gradually declined, remain just under. There are mix of language change. Then we need to talk about variety of sentences types. There are also a variety of sentences types discussed in the graph. Remember, you will get a low score if you just use a few sentence structure. This graph actually has a mixture of grammatical structure. For instance, there was a dramatic fall in the production in Denmark and Germany. There, plus be plus adjective plus noun plus in plus noun. Let's go next. Let's go next. Here it is. However, production levels dropped sharply over the next 15 years to finish at 10% in 2010. Here it is, noun plus verb plus adverb. Let's go to the next one. France, here it is, in contrast, Sweden and France, so moderate falls over the period. Here it is, time, country, plus adjective, plus noun, plus in, plus noun. Then we do have good organization. The graph is pretty organized and well. The information has been grouped in a logical way that displays the writer or exam taker has taken some time to analyze the graph and understood the trends taking place. Body paragraph first, Germany and Denmark. Body paragraph Sweden and France, second body paragraph. Topic sentences with actually no data that give the main idea of the paragraphs also make this a well-organized and transparent answer. There was a dramatic fall in the production in Denmark and Germany. First topic sentence. The second topic sentences. Once again, there was a dramatic fall in the production in Denmark and Germany. We do have appropriate data selection. There are no mistakes in the data taken from the graph. In addition, all the important data is selected and compared. I've already highlighted for you. It is probably not possible to describe every point or change in the graph, especially if it is more complex, like the one above. And you should not try to do this, as you need to display, you can identify all the key points. Actually, you just needed to identify where it began, 60%, let me show for you, and where it ended, 10%, 60%, below, under, 10%. Because each more or less goes straight down with only minor changes along the way. So Denmark's production of energy from coal stood at 60% in 1995, higher than the other four countries. However, production levels dropped sharply over the next 15 years to finish at 10% in 2010, which was the lowest of that year. Any more data would be too much detail. The data from Germany is described in one sentence. Energy production, from here it is, from coal in Germany followed a similar pattern, beginning the period at just under 60% and falling significantly, though unlike Denmark it fell to let me show for you, to a low of only 5% in 2007 and then increased again to approximately 18%. And we do have actually accurate grammar. The correct tense is used throughout past simple because the graph represents a finished time in the past. So, British School provides free evaluation of all your IELTS writing tasks, I mean essays and writing reports of IELTS writing task 1, and even provides free evaluation of all writings of all Cambridge exams, even it includes TOEFL, CP, CAE, FCE, GMAT, GRE, SAT, so you need to stay tuned to get updated and fresh information and materials. You can upload our video material, then you can download our all materials. Just reach us via email with your request on the subject line. British School team would like to extend our special gratitude to all our students. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page and Instagram account, and we will do our best to teach you to become a professional teacher or to get a higher band score for your academic purpose. Thank you all for your ongoing support. Right class, that's all for this masterclass of the line graph IELTS writing task 1. Stay in tuned and you will have the following information.